we find people demonizing the young people about, you don't know your music, you don't know your music. But technically, it wasn't presented to them. The art to thrive, I think there's a lot that comes with it. Infrastructure, education, diversification, legislation. So for me, I don't find the generational problem just an art problem. It's an ecosystem problem for me. Also, our generation was geared towards white-collar education. So not everybody studied music in school, and for those who did, they did drama fests, and that was a thing you did in school. Then when you came out here, now go do your degree in medicine. There's been a lot of demonizing of what the young people are doing wrong, instead of maybe quite understanding. And I think when we have these forums, we now get to understand each other. Kenya, according to the PwC report, is the third largest African music market, even with 30 to 40% airplay. We are thriving that much. There are positive things that are coming from this country. And so we find that out of this Kenyan people, the average, I think, age of a Kenyan is 19. So you see, the largest number of people in Kenya are the young people. We got to a place where music was, in this generation, was no longer a preservation of culture, but it became more an angle of economic feasibility, you know? It's a way to make money. So then the machine changed from preserving culture from their time, where they could pass it down and you could trace it, to a place now, let's make money however way, using the arts and using the talent that's Africa to prevent poverty. That became the narrative of politics. All these facets of age, whereby consequence of the disconnect coming down. And it's bound to get worse, because as Barbara says, a lot of parents are not teaching their kids how to speak their languages. So you find a lot of kids are not speaking their mother tongue, and the parents are not bothered in the least to teach the mother tongue. And that's for maybe the literate urban, kids who unfortunately are in positions that are going to drive the economy much later because of their literacy, because of their opportunities. So now we have a situation whereby we have to pass down music to people who have no idea. And the difference with this generation is that it's more of a purpose-driven generation, whereby people want to know what their purpose is. And maybe that's why people struggle with depression a lot, because it's like, I don't know where I belong, I don't know why I exist, Maybe that's why it's a depressive generation at the same time. And so that is a plus in the sense of now people want to trace where they come from. They want to understand, why am I here? Why do I exist? What do I have to do in this world at this moment? I remember when I was in Germany, there was something, there's a panel we spoke in, and the term they used was that we have the Wakanda effect, where Africa is sexy at the moment, And now we are having a lot of Europeans and Americans trying to come to Africa and, extort. And they're taking things from people, they're going with them back to their places, and they're not allowing the people who are back home to economically develop, from the talent that's from home, So at the same time, I think it's a lot of social, for me, it's more of, it's an ecosystem, the problem. It's not just the art. For me, it's a problem of the ecosystem. Music ended up becoming a medium of money making, and it stopped being a preservation of culture.